Welcome in, y'all. It is your girl Alexis, beautiful serial entrepreneur, um, youth development and leadership coach. I am also a certified archery instructor and everything in between. Today, I am having the pleasure of doing a sit down with one of the hardest artists in Chicago.
Oh,
Y'all better know it if you don't know him. After today, you will know him. And I will hope that y'all would support him. All right.
amen, amen.
All right. All right. So, without further ado, we're going to get into it. I'm just read a little bit of his bio, y'all, and then we're going to get started. All right. Tre Baker,
Yes,
formerly known as Joy Price, is a Chicago born American rapper, songwriter, and actor. Under his previous moniker, Tre Baker has released a mixtape and 3 albums. Three, y'all. Y'all heard that? His latest is being Find the Inspiration, which I cannot wait to get into that. I'm so excited about this album. I actually listened to it all the way here. Just
that's
saying.
what I see.
I'm just saying, which features both Grammy Award winning and nominated artists. Find the Inspiration was released on January 17th of this year, 2024. With his efforts to propagate relatable and timeless music, Tre aims to be among some of the most prolific voices in his generation.
Yeah.
And I am here to agree to that.
Hey,
Okay?
hey.
So when I tell you prolific, let me just tell you how I feel about you as an artist.
Go ahead.
Real quick.
I ain't gonna stop you.
So, so I feel about you as an artist, like I feel like you are grown man with it. It's grown and sexy.
Mm-hmm.
It is also vibe,
Yeah,
for sure vibe music. You know, even with the cursing in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It works.
it works. Yeah,
It works. And it's music that everybody can listen to. You can play it at a wedding where, you know, the older ladies won't be like, oh my God, turn it off. Right. Because, you know, you get those.
yeah,
You
absolutely.
get those. You get those people. And
them saints. Yeah,
I would actually feel comfortable riding in the car with a child listening to your music.
that's what's up.
And that's
Okay.
cool. And then we'll definitely get into what my favorite and all your favorites and all that good stuff. I got my cue card ready. Don't judge me. Okay.
No
I'm
judgment.
trying to make sure I don't forget nothing.
Yeah, yep.
All right, so let's get into Tre the man.
Yeah, let's
All
get
right.
into it.
All right. So I don't know. Who are you? In a nutshell. Can you elevate a picture?
You know what? To be honest with you, my elevator pitch for who I am. I'm an urban nerd who loves, movies, music. Yeah. I love things that forces you to think, right? And so I feel like that kind of plays out in my music. When I was younger, I used to write screenplays. It's like probably like outside of music, that was like my dad's number one favorite thing about me. And so making music allows me to paint those same pictures, but then my wordplay allows you, forces you to think, right? Because I'll say something that's like, well, wait a minute, go back. I got to hear what he said again. And a lot of people have always just come back and been like, how did you come up with that? Like, how did you make me feel about that, make me think about things like that? So I don't know, that's past the elevator pitch because somebody done already got off on their flow already. But I just think for me, it's like urban nerd is the best way to describe Tre Baker.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. You know what? You might want to trademark that. Urban
I just
nerd,
might,
okay?
yeah.
Y'all heard it here first, right? Y'all know how I am about protecting the brands, okay? So, urban nerd.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to think about that. All right. So, what kind of movies specifically? What's your favorite movie? Let's ask that.
That's hard because like it's different genres. Like I got my subgenres and I break it down. But if I had to just definitively say right now, it's Purple Rain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is the most prolific movie musically.
Yeah.
And relatable,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people didn't realize that these things happen often in everybody's lives, right?
Yep.
And back in the day when Purple Rain came out, that was kind of like my household at the time.
Really.
So it kind of made me feel like, well, if Prince going through ups,
Right.
and he is this musical genius,
Right.
you know, and he overcame these things, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah. I never and admittedly when I was younger, just like my generation had the Jay-Z or Nas, right? Like it was always that conversation when we, around that time, is it Prince or Michael? And I have mad respect for both of them, right?
Greatest debate.
The greatest. And when I was younger, I was Mike. You couldn't tell me nothing about Michael. Because I was like, look at Prince, like this is what Prince wearing on stage. I'm like, come on, man, you can't be doing all that. But when I got older and actually when I started diving into being an artist myself, having to go back and study some of these people, I went back and looked at Prince, and I started at Purple Rain, and then just listening to the album, but then also watching the movie, my respect for Prince grew immensely after that, and I rewatched Purple Rain over and over again, and it just does something to me. Like it speaks to the soul.
Hey, I can agree to that.
Yeah.
My favorite movie is The Temptations.
Okay.
As far as music
Yeah.
goes.
I thought she was gonna say Five Heartbeats.
No.
Come
I mean,
on. Yeah.
I like. Now, don't get it twisted. That's a good movie. But The Temptations, their stories is just dope. It was just a good all around to learn the background.
Yeah.
It's some of your favorite artists, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And some of the songs that you still sing, that's never gonna get old,
to this
right?
day. Yeah.
So yeah. So that's Purple Rain. Okay, all right.
If I definitively right now in this moment, if I had to say yes, it's Purple Rain.
Okay, what would it have been like to meet Prince?
Ooh. Intimidating.
Really?
Yeah. To me, intimidating because it's like you can say you're an artist, but then until you meet somebody who has mastered damn near every instrument.
Okay.
And not even just the mastering of the instruments, but the writing, right? And having written for so many other people, right? Like that's intimidating to be around. I can recall just like other interviews when people said they've been in the studio with Jay-Z and just seeing him sit at the console, come up with 4 lines, record it, come up with another 4 lines, record it. Me, I still gotta write my stuff down. So like it's intimidating when you having to think about even meeting people like that or that stature and that skill set.
Okay. Yeah. To piggyback off of that, do you play any instruments?
Man, I used to. I played the flute when I was in when I was in middle school. My mom would put me in band, and I played the flute. Couldn't even tell you why. I mean, I could tell you why. I picked the flute because I didn't want to carry no big saxophone around. I didn't want to carry no big dumb drum around. So I'm like, I'm gonna pick the smallest thing. No, because at the end of the day, like I was raised by a single mother, and she would be at work, and so sometimes I had to go back and forth to the house myself. So it's like trying to lug this, big instrument for a mile, 2 miles. I'm like,
I understand. I had a lot of friends with band that was in the band that hated it.
Yeah.
They hated carrying instruments home, and they had to really care for these things too.
Absolutely.
Right? So so I understand that.
It was low maintenance and easy to carry. I could put it in my backpack if I needed to. So I did it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
What part of the town you from? What part of Chicago you from? Let's see. This is the greatest debate. If you're not from Chicago, right here, you will not understand this. Okay.
I'm from the West Side.
Oh, no. So in Chicago, there's a debate. The West Side is the best side.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. I am from the East Side.
Oh, you from over east?
Yes, I'm from over east. So again, if you're not from Chicago, you gotta understand this battle.
From over east,
always. But I do a lot of work out west though. Now,
yeah.
So they do show me love. So I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying?
I give y'all that.
And do you feel at home when you out there? Like, don't you don't?
I don't know about all that now.
Come on, nah, you doing too much.
I'm a little scary. No. When it comes to the West Side,
listen,
like
the only thing
I don't know the corners. Yeah. I don't know how to be in the corners like y'all do.
Right, but see, here's the thing. This is what I've learned over the years is that Southsiders get confused because the streets are all names. Y'all function on I need a number, a street number, and then I need a name.
This is so true, and I didn't even realize how close everything is to stuff from on the West Side. Yeah. I'm like, okay, if I'm on Cicero, to me Cicero is far.
Nope.
But Cicero is like crossing to everything. I'm like, oh, okay, absolutely. This is how the West Side roll night. Yep. Whatever.
That's why we all know each other out there.
I believe that.
Because his grandmama grew up next to my grandmama, so we all know each other.
I believe that. Mm-hmm. So average day.
Yeah.
Average wake up. This is my routine. I know a lot of guys is getting into like keeping themselves up. Mm-hmm. You get your nails and feet done?
No, I honestly I'm a nail biter, so I can admit that, and I need to stop that. But no, I just ain't. I never got into
Never got
that.
into that.
I've been.
So what do you think about some of the music artists saying that they paint their nails now to avoid biting nails? That was the reason that they gave. Is why
I
they
never
do
knew
that.
that, but the reason was
Yeah, a lot of them
I
say
just
they get their nails painted because they got this nervous condition, and then they
yeah.
bite their nails, so it keeps them from biting. So maybe a therapist told them to do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different opinions on that, but
Yeah, when I was a kid, my mama threatened to dip my fingers in hot sauce, so I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry, it has not worked yet, mother. I'm sorry.
sorry, mama.
But yeah,
Oh man, speaking of mamas, are you a mama's boy?
I am absolutely 100%. Yep.
So cool.
I just dropped them off at the airport this morning. They're their 22nd wedding anniversary is actually on 420.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I
okay.
get to yep. So I celebrate a different way they do. But no,
Well, happy anniversary
Yeah.
to your parents.
Thank you.
That is
Thank
pretty
you.
dope.
Yeah.
Man. You
So
don't
I
see that a lot no more.
yeah. No. So I dropped them off at the airport this morning. She even texted me last minute. It was like it was a 2:15 pickup in the morning. So they had to be at the airport by 3. So I'm like, all right, but anything for her. She sacrificed so much for me. And of course, parents, they keep a lot from you during those younger years, those formative years. But now as an adult, my mother and I are able to have some of those tougher conversations, and I actually found out to the extent of, how she cared for me and what things she had to endure. So my respect for her has grown immensely over the years.
Beautiful brown woman. Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. She
Unmatched.
did it. She did it. I don't know how she did it, but she did it, and I'm glad.
Yeah. You turned out okay. Phenomenal.
Turned out sexy. What you mean?
Okay, sexy.
Yeah,
All right.
yep. Yeah, no, she did it. I love that woman to death, though.
Okay, what's your favorite part of living in Chicago? This is a hard one, y'all.
It is. You know what? To be honest with you, I feel like, and having been, in Europe and been in L.A., New York, Florida, Orlando and Fort Lauderdale and Miami, I feel like we're some of the nicest people, right? Like I think we're genuine. I don't know. It's just something about when you go other places, people don't act the same. I think we're just real. Yeah. So I love that about Chicago. Second, the food. Listen, I'm trying to make sure this back don't get too big. the food here is great. I love it, but I don't know, the culture, the vibe, the way we talk. There's so much good things about this city.
Yeah, Chicago got some of the most talented people, naturally talented people.
Yeah,
absolutely. The food. I am a 100% foodie, and probably the favorite thing to do, probably like all year round, is rooftops. I gotta hit. I gotta
telling me about them rooftops.
I gotta hit all the rooftops. Okay. And then a good food truck here, man.
Yeah,
and then it's on.
It's like the when you catch the skyline views on a perfect crisp night, city's beautiful.
It is,
and then there's so much culture here, right? Like even museums and the culture center downtown. Like it's so much here to do.
Yeah, and then we got the Obama Center coming.
Exactly. Yep.
I wish they hurry up and finish building it. Though.
Listen, I got a couple. I got a couple
like
people,
5 years.
Yeah,
Okay,
got a couple people trying to get a job right now. He's like, "Who do you know?"
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. Okay. Just saying. You gotta tell them no, because
Yeah.
What can we? You gotta tell them no.
You,
Sorry.
Yep. It's not.
I told you we was gonna kick it on.
We gonna get into it. Yeah. We gonna get into it.
So, speaking of Chicago.
Yeah.
As a young African American man, like, we're gonna get a little serious about like all the things that's transpiring in the city. And you literally have to walk out your door every single day. How do you feel? Like, how does that feel? Like, is it something you think about or you just roll?
I feel like I just roll. I think when you have grown up in it, you just kind of naturally adapt and know how to move and know what to look for. So it's not even necessarily really something that's just always in the forefront of your mind. It's like muscle memory. You just know what to look for. You know how to move. You know what to spot out if something don't look right. And kind of get your guard up. So the sad part about it is this having to have grown up like that and have that be part of your everyday mentality, right? Like I don't think kids need to grow up like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it's been a mother of a young black male who was never into anything like that. There's a fear.
Absolutely.
There's a fear, but then you want to be like, well, I'm covered. My son is covered, and he coming home. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, there was a question about like when he lost his job and he was hanging in the house, and the girlfriend was like, "You on the game all day?" I mean, he still was doing his thing with making ends meet. You on the game all day? I was like, "Yeah, he here though.
He's home.
He is here."
Yeah.
Okay. And I would rather be listening to him scream at this game than getting a knock on my door or a phone call.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I hear that.
And so I don't. When it comes to Chicago, like you said, the culture runs very deep here. What do you think about the way media portrays Chicago?
I mean, honestly, I think a lot of it is part of an agenda. It's baiting, right? Like, it's so many other cities that are going through the same thing, and some are probably in a worse position in Chicago, right? When you think about the violence in terms of violence, I think the music that's being promoted does not help at all. And that's no shade or no disrespect to individuals who feel like that's their outlet, right? And that's how they want to express themselves. But that coupled with, our gun violence, it doesn't help. But I think a lot of the good things about the city is definitely overlooked.
That's true.
Yeah.
Man, they definitely overlooking our city more so.
They better tell them stop playing with us.
But we'll see. All right. So let's get into the artist.
Let's do it.
The artist.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited about this album. But we're going to backtrack a little bit. We're going to go back a little bit. When I met you some years back. Pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Maybe what, 2018? I want to say.
No, it was like.
No. 2019.
Oh, no.
Was it? Yeah. No, before that.
It was 2017. Yeah.
Because I just started doing Hotspot Radio.
Yep.
Shout out to Big Los.
Yes. Los. Oh, man.
Yeah. And you came on the show and we had a ball.
We did.
We had a good time.
We did.
And to this day, I still got that music on my iTunes playlist. It's still in rotation. I'm just saying.
That's love.
You changed your name.
Yeah, I did.
But the vibe didn't change.
See,
I still bringing the fire.
Still me. It's still me.
The fire.
Yep.
And so I knew you as Joey Price then.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it. Yep. Absolutely.
I knew you as Joey Price, and Jumping the Broom was phenomenal, right? And so now, a few years later, I've watched you mature more. I mean, not saying you were immature, but I'm just saying, like people grow.
Absolutely.
And then they be seen in this different light, and then I see you as this different, more mature, more in tune artist with yourself. And then you've been back on the show a few times after that, and then we done came to the release, to the listening party, and all of that good stuff. You done came to the listening party and show love and stuff like that. So, I was really kind of like, when is he dropping another album? Yeah, it's time, right? Like I know, like I'm just gonna tell you when it's time to drop an album.
Tell you when to drop an album.
You better drop an album right now. It's on, okay? I know where you live at.
Right.
I don't know where you live at. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it.
Yeah.
New album, January of this year.
Yeah.
Finding Inspiration is the name of the album.
Mm-hmm.
You are now Tre Baker.
I am now Tre Baker.
You
Yeah.
are not Joey Price anymore.
No mas.
All right. So let's talk about the name change.
Yeah, for
What
sure.
was behind that?
So when I first started making music, you know, it was a shock to my parents, mainly my mother, right? Like, I guess, most people have like a life plan or life trajectory for their children, right? And me coming out saying that making music is what I want to do with my life did not fit into that plan. And so my mom really, it took her a while to come around to it. But back then, I created the stage name Joey Price. I was in college and I had a professor who really just looked out for me. And I took his last name as a thank you. And so his last name was Price.
That's kind of. Wait a minute. Let's pause. This person must have really made a good impression on you.
Yeah. So during this time, during this specific semester, when I had this professor, my dad was battling cancer, and it really affected me, as you expected it would. So I was still attending class. I was still, doing well on the test, participating, but I just didn't care to do the homework. So at the end of the semester, with all the missed homework, it brought my grade down to a D. But because the professor knew what I was going through, he knew that I was participating. He was like, you're grasping the material, right? You're understanding. So he said, so I'm gonna give you a B. So he passed me anyway. And so I was so moved by that and touched by that, and also during that period of time, parallel to this, I was just starting to get into music and just trying to figure out who I was as a person and who I wanted to be as an artist. So I had went through several stage names up until that point, and then that was the moment where I was like, I'm taking your last name as a thank you.
Talk about epiphany, right?
Yeah. And so his first name was Josh. So I didn't want to take his whole name, so I came up with another J name that I felt like just kind of just rolled off the tongue, and then I ended up with Joey Price.
Okay.
And so I operated as that for some years.
Man.
Yeah.
So I'm always interested about backstories.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good backstory. I would never have guessed that.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, something I really don't tell too many people, but I realize that I need to explain that story a little bit more. And so because I felt like I wasn't living up to my mother's trajectory for me, what she had envisioned for my life, it felt like Joey Price was that barrier between Paul or Tre and my mother, right? Mm-hmm. So Joey could do all these things and go out and do these videos and say these curse words on the song, and it's like, now I'm completely identified from it. Like my hands are clean. I ain't do nothing. What you talking about? That's him.
So it's kind of like an alter ego a little bit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there was a subconscious shift in 2019. I started recording Finding Inspiration. And I came across one beat, right? And I wrote a song to it, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. And I'm like, something is missing. And so I had the idea, because Jay-Z is one of the artists that I look up to. I had the idea of asking my mom to be featured on the song. And so
she narrates very well, by the way.
Yeah.
She narrates very well.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's very clear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's
clear.
Mm-hmm. She's a Leo, so she she says what she means and she means what she says. Yeah. Like and I recall this one particular session. She came. So backtrack. She agreed. She was like, absolutely, we'd love to do it. So she was like, what do you want me to write about? Send me a list of questions. My mom was a paralegal secretary for like 20 something years. So she's very thorough. She wants to
Yeah.
do all the stuff. So she was like, send me a list of questions I want. I was like, all right, okay, cool. Send her a list of questions. She came to the session. She had a notepad ready. She was making last minute edits. So I was like, okay, cool. And so I specifically remember her asking me right before she went into the booth. She asked me, do you want me to call you Paul or Joey? And instinctively I said Paul. And so she was like, okay. And that's how it came out, and that's how it is on the album. No, I didn't go back and edit it, but I didn't even really think nothing of it. Fast forward to the listening party, right? She was there. She showed up.
And she was very welcoming too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like her.
Yes.
Just saying.
And I remember like days leading up to it, I was like, Mom, you come. She was like, I got there. I'm gonna be there. I got my ticket. I'm like, okay, cool. My mom was the first person there besides me at the venue. She helped me set up. And then DC was the second person that showed up. So we was all there just kicking, but my mom helped me set up. And Alexis, when I tell you, she was the second to last person to leave because I was the last person to leave.
That's what's up.
And
Man.
just leading up to it, she was like, well, I'm gonna get there early, and what time you gonna start playing the album? I was like, I'm gonna wait. I'm like, Mom, it starts at 7. I'm gonna give people about an hour to show up, because I said, you know how black people are. I'm gonna give people an hour to show up. So I'm gonna play it. I started playing it at 8. It's about 30-35 minutes long. So I'm saying you can leave at 8:30. Like, I'm thinking that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I looked at my watch, it was 10:30. She was still sitting in the corner talking to some of my friends. I said, what is happening? So
We had a good time.
she had an amazing time. She still talking about it. She still talking about it. My dad was on a golf trip with his friends up in Milwaukee. So he's in his hotel room and he's calling her thinking that he finna pillow talk till they fall asleep. This man called her. Yeah, she was still in the streets.
She's like, I'm in the streets.
She's like, I'm still here. She hung up on him. My dad said, I joke about this with him all the time. He said he felt like Eddie Murphy in Boomerang when he had to pull the covers up. Because he got played. He got played and he was like, dang. So,
Yeah.
crazy enough, I was still going by Joey Price at the time. So it was a combination of me starting to feel this way, my mom showing up to record on the song In Pursuit Of, her being at the party, having so much of a good time. I think in 2023, I was like, yep, it's time to change.
Yeah.
I don't need it anymore. And so my full name is Paul E. Baker III. And so Tre just stands for the third.
Okay.
And so I feel like
I was wondering where the Tre came from.
Yeah.
That was my next question anyway.
Beat
So I
you
was like,
to
well,
it.
wait a
No,
minute,
yeah.
I know your name Paul, but where you get that from?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so
All right, I get it.
yep, but yeah, so it's I feel more at peace with who I am as a person and as an artist. I feel like we're one and the same now. I don't need that buffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
Say it again.
I don't need that buffer.
All right. All right now. I love when people comfortable.
Yeah.
When they get comfortable with who they are.
Yeah.
And but it takes growing.
It does.
It takes growing.
It does.
As the older you get, a lot more things gonna change.
Mhm.
Trust me.
Yep.
I'm aware of that
Yeah.
right now.
Absolutely.
But that's a good backstory. I love a good backstory, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now I'll be like, oh, I got the exclusive. I know what happened. Thank you very much. Okay. So before we get into the album,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you like some back behind the scenes questions.
Sure.
What was the best part of like recording this? And then
Yeah.
2-part.
Okay.
What was the best part about recording this? And are you that type of person where you sleep and something come and you get up like, ooh, let me write it down?
The best part about recording and finding inspiration, you know what? And I think the best part about it was that it was so much creative genius that went into this album from, not to toot my own horn, but my writing, right? The input from the featured artists, the writing from some of the people that that were featured on the album. It was so much thought that went into this, and also my engineer, Drew.
Shout out to Drew.
Shout out to Drew. Shout out to Ear God, and that's just But so much went into that. I think that was my favorite thing. Is just that I had so much input, so much creativeness on this album. It was amazing. Yeah. It was a couple sessions where I cried.
Really? Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, it was so beautiful in those moments.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
that is amazing.
Yeah,
it's like how a lady go pick out her dress
mm-hmm.
and she cry.
Yeah,
that's the dress.
That's it. Yep.
Like I made it.
Yeah,
I made it. So that's good. That means you really put your blood, sweat, and tears
absolutely
into this album.
Yeah.
Which the finished product shows. Okay, the finished product shows.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna go around all of that too.
Mm-hmm.
When I listen to this album, it gives me Summertime Shy, Lakeshore Drive Coasting, Rooftop Open.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe be in the car with your man, your girl, right? Or you could be rolling by yourself, which is so therapeutic. Yeah. Your music is that. Dang. And again, if you're not from Chicago, you won't notice. You won't notice. But Lakeshore Drive, Coasting, and Summertime Shy is at night with the breeze and the scenery of the skyline of the city.
Absolutely.
And the right music is next level.
Yeah.
It is extremely therapeutic. So it's on my playlist for the summer. I'm actually like, summertime, where you at with your funky? Okay, come on. So I can get my life together over here. Okay, yeah. I got some therapeutic sessions I need to have with this music in the background.
Yeah.
So what made you want to create that type of vibe? Or did you even know there was a vibe like that?
I didn't even know. I didn't even know what, I didn't even know what. I just knew I wanted to put something out, right? Because I think prior to finding inspiration, my last project was The Fame, and I think that was 2016 that I put that out. And so I just knew I wanted to create something. So I remember writing the intro track, The Grind, while at work. See
what y'all be getting. See what these people be getting paid for?
Yeah, yeah.
Get paid top dollar to do some other stuff.
Listen, you was trying to buy a membership. I was writing these lyrics down. And you got your membership. So no. But
I still did my job.
Did my job.
That's all that matters. Okay.
But yeah, so I just knew I wanted to put something out. And so I didn't know what was gonna happen. I knew magic was being made. I just didn't know to what extent. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
So The Grind.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Now we know you wrote it at work now.
Of course, yeah.
You still work there?
No, not at that job.
Good.
No.
Because they're gonna be like, ooh. I see you on company time.
Absolutely.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. You ain't gonna get fired from that. So whatever. All right. So what was the inspiration behind The Grind?
Behind The Grind, it was pretty much, man, I think it's having to work some of these crappy jobs, right? Knowing that you have a vision for yourself, knowing that there's a something greater for you, and you have a passion at something, but you unfortunately can't eat off that passion at the moment, so you still got to work a job, right? And always when I used to complain to my parents about, man, this person didn't piss me off, or this person didn't pissed me off. They was like, but son, you can't
work people.
Yeah. Well, they was like, son, you can't just keep job hopping because one person pissed you off. You got to deal with it. So I always, tried to go to the next place. I'm like, okay, I can settle in here, but it was always something. And I just felt like I have to make more money. I have to work jobs that I really just can't get along with my boss, my supervisor, or whatever. But I'm working this job because I have to put this money into my music, right? I got to live, but I also got to put the equal amount into my music if I want it to pop, if I want to be noticed, right? And so kind of had to take some of these, less than favorable jobs, right? Now, I've always been fortunate enough to where I didn't have to really do too much manual labor or do something that was really, demeaning or degrading. But I don't know, just didn't get along with a lot of people, but
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I worked corporate for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, before I decided to walk away.
Yeah.
And I ain't been back in 14 years. So
Amen.
Absolutely. I've been entrepreneuring in it For 14 whole
Yeah.
years. Okay, so I understand.
Yeah.
Lord, please, from my mouth to your ears, that I do not have to go back. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Because I'll be on the news. Okay.
You're right. But the grind, like I said, just it was being laser focused on what it is that you want for your life, right? And with my music, I want people to understand, like, yes, I make music that's reflective of my life and the things that I go through. But just because I'm an artist and I'm a hip hop artist, I write and I'm rap, my music is applicable to anybody, right? Like, I want people to understand, like, you can go out there and grind. Your passion is screenwriting, if your passion is I want to be a foodie, I want to blog about being food, but you can't eat off that, no pun intended, right? You still got to go in, clock in, just to be able to afford the camera that you want, just to be able to afford the podcast setup that you want. Like, you got to do that to fuel your passion. So that's what the grind is about. And shout out to Mama Yaya, who's my dear friend, and I love you so much. She came in and blessed the hell out of that song with her
Definitely
vocals.
blessed it. It's on repeat, Mama Yaya.
Yeah.
So shout out to you with those beautiful vocals. Okay.
Listen, I fell out my studio chair when she got in the booth. I was blown away.
Yeah, she definitely did a thing.
Yeah, love it.
Okay. All right, so this one is kind of crazy. So because not many people can say this, right? I met Kanye. All right, so that's one of the tracks on there. I met Kanye, which happens to go by Ye now.
Right, yeah.
Let's get it right. I'm just saying. Because I don't want no smoke. All right. But but I met Kanye. For me, this track, it's kind of like a story, right? It's like a story out of a book. So, if you read a really good book, you can actually you insert yourself into this book.
Sure.
Like, you can actually picture what's happening.
Right.
So with this song, for me, I can actually picture everything that happened when you met him, down to the, oh man,
yep,
right. so
man.
So I was like, man, I felt your experience was dope because I felt like I was there.
Yeah,
that's how well you made this track.
Yeah, and so, I know, and I and I outlined it, my little speaking part I did at the end of the song, which for Kanye fans, it was a homage to Kanye, like when on some of his earlier albums where he did his little talking after some songs. So I was like, it's only right that I did that. So while I was working one of these crazy jobs, like I explained on the song, I started working with this publicist who was charging a buku amount a month. I was like, so I went, asked all the higher ups. I'm like, man, I just need an additional $500 a month, $250 a check. How can we make this work? And they all told me like, oh, we got you. It's gonna happen. We expect that. That never came. It never came.
Send off.
Yes,
okay.
It never came. And so I was like, okay, well, I have to do something because I really want to work with this person to do my PR. I really want to take this music to the next level. So I decided to look for part-time gigs. So I ended up getting this part-time job up at Navy Pier. It's another organization, another nonprofit organization that I worked with. And this one day in particular, I had a couple people called off. I was a supervisor. So a couple people called off. So I had to cover lunch breaks, do all that stuff. And this group of people come up. It's a young lady. She's holding a kid. And I'm like, this kid looks strangely familiar. So I'm like, who is this kid? So this guy comes. He's like, yeah, I need all these tickets. We got like 10 of those coming. We got this one child. And I was like, okay, cool. So he paid for it, gave me a black card, and that thing was heavy. I said, I was like, oh, put this in my. But sorry, sir. But yeah, so so they went in, but he was like, you know what? Just set the other tickets aside. The other adults are coming behind me. I was like, oh, I just need a name for the tickets. And that's when he told me it was Kanye. Lost my mind. Lost my absolute mind. Yep.
Repeat that, sir?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to tell y'all the whole story. You got to go listen to that album and find out. So
I'm not telling
y'all. I'm giving y'all up to that point.
Just know that you're going to know. You're going to be there.
Yeah.
Your mind is going to telepath to the behind the scenes.
Yep.
Okay. and you're gonna feel like you was up in there. Because I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. It was a pretty dope story though.
Yeah.
Did you fan out though?
In my mind, I did. I lost all cool in my mind, but I had to try to compose myself because I knew what the ultimate goal was to do with my time with him.
Yeah.
It's the song was like maybe 5-6 minutes, but in actuality, I spent about 2 hours with Kanye that day. Completely abandoned my job. I was like, what? I'm not gonna work here no more after today. What are you talking about?
It's my inspiration right here.
Exactly. So I
I
spent about 2 hours with Kanye. Well, yeah. Y'all gotta go listen to the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go listen to the whole freaking album.
That's true. Yeah.
Stream it everywhere.
Yeah.
Period. Okay. Give it some play. Let it roll through. So the more you let it roll through, the more streams count. All right. For the people that don't know. For the people in the back. All right. So what is your absolute favorite track? Oh, man. You know I was gonna ask.
Man, that's hard. That's hard. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Lemon Pepper Flow.
Ooh, that's my
Lemon Pepper Flow has to probably be it takes that. It's close. It's not like it's a wide gap in between my favorite songs. But I think Lemon Pepper Flow does it for me. Only from the sense of the production was crazy. And then the feature was outrageous.
Yo, the feature was amazing. It worked perfectly.
The feature was outrageous.
Come on for the 10 wings, fire hard with lemon pepper. Okay.
And so in 2018, I was fortunate enough to meet GLC. If you don't know who GLC is, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. I met him at Jay Prince had a book signing on the South Side in 2018, and literally just about every Chicago celebrity was there. Twista was there, and then I was sitting down with a bunch of other people, and there was somebody who pointed out, "Oh, there goes GLC," and I was like, "What? Wait, where?" Went and talked to him. We exchanged numbers. Yeah, we exchanged numbers. And I told him right then and there. I said, "I know I want you on the song. I don't have it yet, but I know I want you on the song." And he was like, "Okay, just hit me up when you're ready."
And how many years later? It's been a minute.
3 years.
See, he a man his word.
Yeah, boom. 3 years later.
There you go.
I got a crazy opportunity to buy a crazy beat from this producer who's from Istanbul, Turkey. It was completely amazing, and I recorded my parts, sent it to GLC. I got a text back from him, was like, "This is hard," and within a week, I got his verse back. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one too.
I think for me, it goes back to just this whole Kanye thing where it's like in 2006, right? Like that's all I was listening to. And so
I think everybody was listening to Kanye.
Absolutely.
Still do.
Yeah, right.
Still do.
And to hear Spaceship, I'm like, who is this raspy voice? Who is this person? Yeah.
Ooh, wait, okay.
Yes.
I didn't even think nobody else liked this song.
Love it.
Nobody ever talks about that song.
Love
Man.
it. And then fast forward another couple of years, and then you get Drive Slow. I'm like, he did it again. I'm like, this man did it again. Who is this person? And so growing up, listening to those two albums and being a fan of just those entire two albums, meeting him and then having an opportunity to work with him so many years later is full circle for me. So I think that's why it ends up being one of my favorite songs on the album.
And to backtrack to reference, the grind, how you describe why you made this track about corporate America and working these jobs, was something there where he was like, "If my matters."
Yep.
So
I'm
it kind of wait, because I was like, I think everybody related to that.
Absolutely.
If they had a manager, they
they was gonna knock their head between the washer and dryer. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. I had a few of them. Okay. Man, so hey, full circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full circle. Yep.
All right, so Lemon Pepper Flow. Yeah, Lemon Pepper Flow is a repeat for me.
Yeah.
I gotta hit again.
Yep.
All right, this is my last time, right? This is how I was rolling here.
Yep. And then so with the beat, and this is one of the sessions that made me cry that I was telling you about too, was for Lemon Pepper Flow specifically. the beat, how it ends on like how it is on the final version of the album, didn't come like that. We manipulated GLC's verse, so we slowed it down. We slowed the tempo down to match his flow, and so hearing
so that wasn't
that was not. We did that in studio before I even sent it to him. Because in my mind, I'm like, this is who I want on the song, and there's power in manifestation. So I'm like, this is who I want on the song. So my engineer already knew how to tailor it to GLC, and so we worked on it, sent it, and then the way the song ends is actually what made me cry, because it's so beautiful, and the way it trails out. I was just like, I was outdone. Yeah.
It is. I can agree to that.
Yeah, that's how you end the album.
See, I like these backstories. Man, I feel special when I'm getting these exclusives over here. Okay, let's talk about Green Line.
Oh yeah.
Now, when you hear Green Line, you actually went and took the recording from the train, from the Green Line.
Yep.
And put it on this track, right? And it's clear as day. Like,
absolutely.
You actually sitting on this train.
Yeah.
And everything you said in there is exactly how it is on CTA.
It's facts.
Green Line train in Chicago. Okay.
It's facts.
And it's crazy because I haven't caught the train in probably over 20 years. Right? I'm a metro person if I had to. I'm just saying. Or I'm going to drive and park. I'm going to pay for the parking because I'm not getting on the train. Okay. But some of the most fondest memories from being younger, riding the train, is one of the best things about being here, and about living here.
Absolutely.
So, what made you want to do a track called Green Line?
Yeah, so I didn't have a car at all for a while, so my way to get to work was the Green Line, and that is primarily where I did a lot of my writing, and I like to people watch, and when I think about when people ask me what inspires me to make music, it's the city, it's the people around me, it's living, going about their daily lives, right? And so like I reference on the song, the mama's yelling and they baby's crying. Like you hear that, and I got I'm trying to turn my headphones up as loud as I can because I don't want to hear the baby crying. I don't want to hear the mama yelling.
Yeah.
Sure. But on the Green Line is where I did a majority of my writing because I had an hour, 15 minutes to get home. So
that's a long time on that train.
It is. And don't let it stall or somebody get sick or
anything.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Or 12 come and stop the train. You stuck. Like, hope your headphones charged up enough. But yeah.
Your mental health is ready.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. The awesome thing about Green Line music, and I don't know if you caught this, but let me give you the insight on this one too. So the song right before Green Line music is Plane Ticket 2. If you pay attention, we're on the blue line coming back from O'Hare, and we transfer at Clark and Lake to get on the Green Line. Yep.
I caught that.
And it feeds right into the next song.
All right.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because that's a travel.
That is.
That is a little ways.
It is, yep.
And you can never tell what you're going to run into on
Never.
these trains, okay?
Never.
And that's exactly why I don't get on them. I'm okay.
Yep.
Plus me, I'm a germaphobe. I probably die 1,000 deaths if I touch somebody. If the floor is sticky, I got to get off here right now.
Yeah. And then, again, shout out to Drew, my engineer. He went out in the field with me. He had a field recorder. We went all the way up to O'Hare on the blue line, turned back around, got all that sound.
Man,
so that's real. That's
that made
real
it
people.
So much more authentic.
Yeah,
which is crazy because I was like, wait, is that the man on the? It is. I was like, because now I'll be talking to people that catch the train. Like my friends will commute to work or whatever. My son used to be on the train. He used to be talking to me, and that man come on the thing, and I'm like, what is that? He like, oh man, that's the little intercom guy now. I was like, oh, they didn't upgrade it. Yeah. He's like, yes. It ain't help, but yeah, whatever. But he be clear as day. He say some of the dumbest things.
Yeah.
Try not to talk on your phone loud. Like, what? That's all it is loud on here.
That's all it is.
Well, shout out to the Green Line, to CTA, okay?
Yep.
For getting people back and forth to work without a car. Because If that's one thing about Chicago. You gonna get around.
Yeah.
You gonna
There
get
is a
somewhere.
way. There is
Even
a
if
way.
you're going to the suburbs, it's a connect
Oh,
somewhere.
absolutely.
It is a connect somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. So we gonna go back into Trey the Man.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you believe in zodiacs?
Yeah, I do. I do.
All right.
I believe yeah.
What's your zodiac?
I'm the best.
Why you just? Did you just lean in like?
Yeah, I just because
That's
I
your
want to
sexy
make sure.
look.
I want to make sure that they get this. I'm a February Pisces.
Oh Lord.
Oh, what?
Lord, Pisces are crazy.
No, I bet you, and I bet
a
you,
Pisces dude stick the dog on me before.
and his birthday was in March, wasn't it?
No,
Get out of here.
no.
When was his birthday?
He was February 29th.
See, that's a weird date anyway, because that don't
That's
exist.
probably why.
That date really
why.
don't exist. But
Yeah, he sick the dog on me before.
he in March. He's probably celebrated his birthday in March before in the past. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and scoot him over to March side. We are not. February Pisces are not like that.
Now Pisces, one thing about Pisces,
Mm-hmm.
y'all are seriously funny.
Yeah.
Pisces,
Naturally.
Pisces. My best friend is a Pisces.
See.
And the laughter is amazing, right? And it be so like just a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even you're not even trying.
Yeah.
It's just some funny stuff, or you just be on point. And y'all definitely don't like people. Y'all definitely don't like it.
I tell
It's
people all
probably
that all
my
the
dog.
time. Yeah.
Probably why I almost got ate up by a pit bull. Yeah.
Now, what did you do to my brother?
I ain't do nothing. You know, people don't want to. When you don't want to holler at somebody, you just don't.
Yeah.
And it's like you sick your dog on me. Soon as I thank God for the Sagittarius, who's extremely calm in situations. But when I got away, I went off. When I was all the way over there, though, I was like over there. I was like, you wore everything but a child of God, okay? And I was just like, you're lucky I wasn't armed because I'd have shot you in the dog, okay?
See, that's.
But
I'm gonna reserve my judgment on the Sagittarius. I'm gonna keep my.
We are the best, and I'm a December Sag. Yeah, so don't go there. Now, who done hurt you? That's a Sagittarius.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
Oh Lord. Well, at least we cool.
We cool.
That's
yeah.
all that matters.
That's all that matters.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can't even get past this Sagittarius. All right, y'all. So now we're gonna jump back into Trader,
Yeah.
the artist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who would be the ultimate artist to work with? And I mean all genres. Right now it seems like we're in this country era.
Yeah. I don't, respect to them, but I can't. I'm just not gonna bandwagon. Like,
Yeah.
I'm proud that everybody getting their shine, getting their thing, getting their recognition. I can't jump on that. Man, for me, the ultimate, man, I'm a T-Pain.
Hey, that's a good answer.
Yep.
Ooh, how much more heat you gonna bring?
Teddy Pendergrass down. Yes, him. Yes. Yes. T-Pain.
Yes.
Oh man, listen. That man's talent.
His talent is definitely next level.
Yeah. T-Pain would be.
I mean, from every aspect though.
Oh yeah.
Not even from just his vocals, like his writing skills,
Crazy.
the lyricism.
Yep.
The vocals. Man,
Yeah.
T-Pain, shout out to T-Pain.
Yeah.
T-Pain is dope.
T-Pain would
I've
be-
listened to everything he ever produced for other people and him.
Cold.
And it's all on my playlist.
Cold.
I'm just saying.
It's cold. Yeah,
I'm a music kid, so, yeah.
That man's a genius, and that would be the ultimate for me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You heard this, T-Pain. Come
Yeah.
work with my boy, all right? You won't be disappointed, I promise you.
Make sure y'all tag him.
Yeah. All right, who else?
Marsha Ambrosius.
The vocals on that woman. She's beautiful, too.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, Lord.
man, I need to be at that concert. Make sure you
With a-
see if she free so she gonna come out because that's gonna be a dope concert. That would be
Listen.
an amazing listening party to actually have these
Yeah.
features
Oh yeah.
show up.
Concert with Marsha and T-Pain coming on stage with me. Ooh.
Yes, Lord.
Come on, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Okay, Marsha, you heard
Receive
that,
it.
Marsha.
Yes.
You got the pipes, baby. You got the vocals. Okay, so come work with my boy. I'm promoting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm promoting. I'm gonna manifest it in. All right, let's speak it into existence.
Oh man, yeah. That.
All right, who
yes.
else?
You know what? I'm gonna throw a curveball that not a lot of people gonna even think about. MC Light.
MC Light is a legend.
MC Light.
She is a goat.
I wanna.
That's a storyteller.
Yeah.
She is a storyteller.
Yep. I want to get on a track with MC Light.
I feel like she's a storyteller and she's matter of fact with her music.
Yeah.
She is absolutely matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I've been bumping MC Light. Boy, I had the same hairdo. Man, I love MC Light. Okay, she's one of the dopest goats to ever do.
Yeah,
Okay?
absolutely.
And she ain't never gonna get played out.
Never.
Man, that'll be old school. Can you imagine?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You got that vibe too.
Yeah.
You got that vibe to work with these artists.
Yeah.
All right, is that it?
Going through my head.
So
Who?
let's see. That's 3. Let's do top 5.
Top 5. Got you.
Yeah.
You know what? It's this man. I'm trying to go through my hair right now. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's so many to choose from, though.
It's so many
man.
to choose from.
It's so many to choose from. Especially when you're eclectic with music.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I gotta throw SZA on that list.
I like
Yeah.
that. SZA whole album slaps.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
And I be singing. I be trying to sing, you know. Like, one time I was thinking so loud, I was like, I think I'm gonna be hoarse.
Mm-hmm.
I was on my way to the airport at like 4:00 in the morning, and I had to leave from O'Hare because we was going over, you know, to an island.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was screaming his songs. I was like, I love her.
And then shout out to SZA for her Grammy win in 2024 this year.
Congratulations, Queen.
All the women that won this year. That was amazing.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Congratulations to everybody.
Yeah.
Who be out here putting their hustle in, who be grinding, and who be taking the chin hits too.
Yeah.
Taking it in stride and keeping it moving. Keep bringing that fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then my 5th one.
Number 5.
Well, I'm gonna say Miley Cyrus.
Hey, she a Sagittarius, right?
See, you didn't even have to say all that.
I just had to throw that in there, okay?
You didn't have to say all that, but like no. So I was actually at the Grammys this year, and my first time going, and it was completely amazing. I had a blast. So inspirational and so motivating being in that space. But her energy, Miley's energy and her performance solidified it for me. Like I already knew she was it, but like seeing that in person, I was like, yeah, I would want to do something with Miley too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
See the diversity of that.
Yeah.
Different type of music, different genres, different ethnicities.
Yeah, it's something for everybody.
Which is amazing because not a lot of people will probably say Miley Cyrus, but you can't deny her talent.
You can't.
You can't deny her talent. You can't deny the background from where she come from with the talent.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
So yeah, and then she grew up.
Yep. Can you imagine all that on one album?
Yep. I can. So when we doing this album?
Listen.
I just want to be in the studio sessions, just listening in because, you know, so I can learn the words. So when the song drops, I can be singing right. People be like, who is this?
Alexis want the T-shirt for the T-shirts even come out.
This Tre Baker, y'all.
Yeah.
I know all the words. They be like, how you learn all the words, man? None of your business.
Don't worry about it. But yeah, all on one album. I think that'll be nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be super dope, man. So, speaking of album, when is the next one? Are you working on something?
I'm working on releasing more singles now.
Okay.
My goal now is to work with Grammy nominated or award winning producers. I feel like right now I'm at my limit of what I can do by myself. And now I want to partner with somebody who has a different ear, who has different insight, and can take me to the next level.
So you got produce, you got to write, you got to do. Now you can share and create some more legendary things.
Absolutely.
And I can see that happening. So we're gonna manifest that.
Absolutely.
Speaking it into existence.
Yes.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
And you heard it first, right here. Okay? With Alexis Beautiful. I'm just saying. And I tend to sprinkle my Alexis Beautiful dust.
I love it.
Where things be happening,
I love
okay?
it. Yep.
And I'm gonna be rooting for you.
Yeah.
Always, for sure.
I feel like you had a 2-part question and I only did one.
I don't know.
I get so excited.
But you know what? You might have answered it.
Okay.
I think you did.
Okay.
I do want to ask you, like, what you got going on outside of music and like just any like different projects, like any acting?
I have been on a couple of shows, and one movie. I got a role on Empire. I think everybody in Chicago been on Empire at this point.
Not me. They ain't calling me.
I've been on a Netflix show called Easy. I did some background work on that show. I also was in a movie in Widows.
Really?
Yeah, that was shot here in Chicago.
Okay.
You can see my little noggin head in the big church scene down at the front, all the way to the right. But yeah, yep.
Okay. My goal is to be in a Christmas movie. I gotta get one in.
Yeah.
I love Christmas movies, and I want to start one. Just saying.
You could do it.
Yeah.
I see you on the cover,
Anybody
on the
out there
poster.
want to put me in a Christmas movie? Hit me up. All right.
Yep.
Well, since we gonna get up out of here in a minute,
Yeah.
I really want to take this moment to extend my gratitude to you.
Thank you
for believing in me to actually do this exclusive interview.
Absolutely.
Pull me out of retirement, and I appreciate that. And
I appreciate you taking.
when I got
time.
the call to do it, I was just like, "Yep,
yeah,
absolutely." And I'm extremely honored to be here. And I'm looking forward to where you go and how far your career rose, and you get all the artists on the album, and I'll be at the listening party. Yeah. Just leave me a bottle of water.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm extremely proud of you.
Thank you.
And I think everything that you got going on.
Absolutely.
Make sure y'all go cop that Finding Inspiration. I'm telling you, not to be disappointed. Every track slaps.
Thank you.
I do got my favorites, but every track slaps.
Yep.
It is Summertime Child, Lakeshore Drive,
Yep.
Coasting in the nighttime with the rooftop music.
Absolutely.
All right.
And y'all can follow me on all social media at Tre Baker Music. It's TreBaker Music. All one word. Same photo, so you can find me easy. Yep.
Make sure y'all go follow him, keep up with him, and show him some love, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's just room for everybody out here.
Absolutely.
And if you want to go follow me, it's little old me. Follow me at Alexis ALEXI_beautiful on Instagram. That's it. That's all I got. I'm not here to plug nothing else for you. So this is all about you.
Thank you. And special shout out to Black Experience Studios for hosting us tonight. This was a beautiful space. Thank y'all.
Man, this is an absolute phenomenal, far beautiful space.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the setup is amazing. Very welcome. It's clean. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. And we out, y'all. Peace.